What's great about being a part of the inaugural multimedia contest is that there's clearly an opportunity to grow and to scale and to evolve, not just the medium, but the competition itself. The competition of, I think, identifying excellence. And I'd like to think that that's a part of the goal of this competition, is to highlight excellence. And as this competition grows and evolves, I would hope that there'd be an opportunity where it's looking at the different types of styles and mediums. Certainly, there's quite a distinction between home front and blanco. So one is definitely much more sort of deeply journalistic, deeply reported in a sort of a long commitment form. And one is also deeply committed to long reporting and a commitment to the long form reporting, but its presentation is entirely different, right? I mean, so that's clear. But it's also an opportunity where I think World Press might be able to maybe categorize or classify. And I say art form reluctantly, only because I think it's more than art. I think it's a style that's going to be important in how we not only tell stories, but how we capture our audience and how we engage our audience. So if that's a style that works, and it's a style that still has truth and still has honesty, then I think it's a style that we can really think about, and how this, not how just the competition grows, but how this format grows. There was a conversation that we had earlier, and we always talked about multimedia being in its infancy, and I actually kind of disagree. I think multimedia is a toddler, and as a father of a 10-month-old, I'll use that as a scenario because it's near and dear to me. Looking at the work in the last 4 days, I think we've seen organizations, news organizations, we've seen individuals who are in different stages in their paradigms of being a toddler, right? Some are still learning the ropes, some are, sprinting quite quickly. And that's what's exciting, is this diversity of the different approaches that a lot of people are doing globally. And it's great that it's not a single sort of approach. There's different ways to do multimedia, and that's exciting. Obviously, the interactive components are the ones that's, I would say, near and dear to me. There's an exciting trend of simplifying versus complexity, and I think both areas are pretty exciting. Of the entries, we certainly saw lessons that I think have been applied within the last 5 years. I think there's been a trend and a path to try to simplify paths around storytelling, or a journey across the storytelling. In terms of what we were exposed to, I think it's safe to say that even though it captured a relatively global reach, I don't think it necessarily captured it didn't capture enough of the corners of the world that we would expect it to, having this process. So I think there's an opportunity there to sort of think of a wider net, if you will, of nominators, or even opening up to ways to get our audience or our core network an easier path to get their work recognized. And I think that's a big part of what I think World Press Photo can really sort of express, is a way to recognize amazing, great work across the globe.